Previously on the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Unren Nexus plays.
In my capacity as Lord High Chancellor of the Elder Council, I hereby proclaim you Champion of Cyrodiil. Hey, you look just like your statue. What can I do for you?
I have a statue. Where is it?
Really? Do come in. It's lovely in the Isles right now. Perfect time for a visit.
You approach the Shivering Isles. Through the door behind me lies the realm of Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, Lord of the Never There.
A new arrival! A shame about my gatekeeper. I'm so happy I could just tear out your intestines and strangle you with them. I suppose an introduction is in order. I'm Sheogorath, Prince of Madness. The Grey March is coming, and you're going to stop it. You run an errand for me, an important one. Of course, anything I tell you to do is important. My realm, my rules. You're going to Xedilian, one of my favorite spots in the Isles. It's a little place I used to take care of unwanted visitors.
I've learned that in order to restore Xedilian, I must activate the Resonator of Judgement. To do so, I will need to find 3 focus crystals and place them each in a Judgement nexus, which will prepare the Resonator for attunement. I should proceed to Xedilian now and begin my search. Hey, beautiful.
Stay away from me. You've already spent too much time over there.
And yet, I feel fine.
Good. Maybe just my phone years. Why?
Right then, time to find my statue.
Have pity, beautiful lady. I got nothing to eat.
That's not it.
Go ahead.
Here it is. Shame about the dagger. I would have preferred it to be my bow.
Have pity, sir. I got nothing to eat.
The savior of Brima single-handedly fought off the hordes of Oblivion, entered their great gate, and cast on the dread siege machine in ruin. Erected by the grateful citizens of Brima in the Third Era for 34. I'm a bit strapped for cash after buying all the houses in Part 45. Time to get some more gold.
Stay away.
try.
On my sword while you can! I've fought Mousetrap more fearsome than you! You're a traitor to your own...
I sold all that stuff and went back a few more times.
You were Martin's friend, weren't you? You were fortunate to have known him.
You don't have to rub salt in the wound, Rosanne.
Greetings to you. Yes?
Honored one.
How are you faring in your campaign against the remnants of the Black Bow Bandits, Sir Knight?
I actually have some this time, Count Caro.
I see you have a black bow. Would you like to turn it in for the bounty?
Sure would.
Here is your reward. And this other... Here is your reward.
Good day. Sir Knight. How do you do?
I've entered Xedilian. I should now begin locating the focus crystals that link the Resonator of Judgement with the rest of the dungeon. I've discovered the first of 3 focus crystals. It was affixed to the top of a Grummite shaman's crystal staff. I think they are using the crystals as a power source for their weapons. Now that I've removed it from the staff, I should place the focus crystal in its Judgement nexus to continue. I've placed the first focus crystal into its nexus. I can now continue searching for focus crystals. I've discovered the second focus crystal. I should place it in its Judgment nexus to continue. I've placed the second focus crystal into its nexus. I can now continue searching for the final focus crystal. I've discovered the third and final focus crystal. I should place it in its Judgment nexus to continue. I've placed the third and final focus crystal into its Judgment nexus. The path to the Resonator of Judgment itself is now clear. My next task should be to attune the Resonator by using the attenuator of Judgment that Sheogorath provided me. The Resonator of Judgement has been attuned. I should now make my way back to New Sheoth and report my success to Sheogorath.
Finally, Lord Sheogorath has sent someone to assist me. But where are my manners? Must get into my professional tone. Welcome to Xedilian. I'm the dungeon caretaker, Kiliban Nyrandil.
Kiliban, nice to meet you. Certainly an interesting place you have here.
A wonder of engineering, is it not? Xedilian is the ultimate test of mettle for the foolhardy adventurer that dares trespass into the Shivering Isles. What they don't know is that they're being drawn to their doom, courtesy of the Resonator of Judgement.
Really? What is the history of this place then?
Ever since that wretched gatekeeper was made, Xedilian became redundant. It fell into disrepair and was eventually all but forgotten. After only a few years passed, the Grummites began moving in. Ghastly things. They mistook the focus crystals for some sort of religious symbols and removed them from their rightful places. This rendered the Resonator inert and Xedilian completely useless. Luckily, you came along and placed Xedilian back into operation.
Interesting. So how do I get out of here?
Yes, I tend to ramble. You'll have to forgive me. If you have the attenuator, then Sheogorath must have sent you. Xedilian would normally have sent you back to the entrance when you stepped on the pad in the Resonator chamber. Since you're up here, I can only surmise that adventurers are already entering the dungeon as we speak.
Is there something we should do about that?
The only thing we can do is let the adventurers complete a cycle through here. I'll be glad to help. I assume Sheogorath gave you the Manual of Xedilian. You can consult it for more information, or I can provide instructions.
Yeah, you best provide instructions. That would be easier.
As the adventurers make their way through Xedilian's chambers, they will encounter choices that you make in these control platforms. All you need to do is decide what becomes of the adventurers. Will you drive them insane, or will you pull the life from their bodies?
Those are some tough choices. How do I go about making such choices?
Simple. Wait until the adventurers are in position, and then press a button. If they survived, they will proceed to the next chamber, and so on. It's really quite ingenious.
I assume you will take care of the cleanup.
Well, the dead will be disposed of, have no fear. That's my job. Those that are lucky enough to merely go insane will be granted a place in the Shivering Isles as a permanent resident.
Can you explain a bit more about the choices I will be making?
Each chamber presents two options. When you push the appropriate button, an event will unfold for the adventurers to experience. One is physically harmful, usually lethal traps or creatures, something relished by the residents of Dementia. The other choice is more mental. They are designed to make the adventurers lose their grip on reality, much like the residents of Mania. Of course, the introduction of spore gas with the Mania choices helps as well.
I guess so. So how do I know when I'm done?
You'll know you're done when they lie dead on the ground or they are out of their minds. Of course, any of their possessions you wish to keep are yours for the taking. I'll make sure you get them when you're done.
Okay, great. I've no more questions about this then.
As you wish.
What about each of these chambers?
I will be happy to describe each chamber and explain the event that unfolds as we proceed through Xedilian.
All right. What about this one?
This first chamber is the Chamber of the Gnarl. At the touch of a button, you can cause a large group of tiny gnarls to appear and attack the adventurers. Or
If you're feeling merciful, we can have the group terrorized by a seemingly lowly Gnarl that instantly grows to twice their size. The hallucinogenic spore gas we release into the chamber will help lull the victims into believing the creature means to kill them. Don't worry, its bark is far worse than its bite.
How does this Resonator of Judgement attract people to this dungeon?
The Resonator works by drawing adventurers to itself with a sort of magical siren's call. Sheogorath uses the Resonator to find the cream of the crop, as he calls them, the best of the worst, to populate the Isles. Quite clever, eh?
Yeah, indeed. Let's go have a bit of fun with the adventurers then, shall we?
So good to be back in business.
Keep your weapons ready and watch your backs. Do what I say, we might just get out of here alive. This is supposed to scare us? Ah. What in Oblivion is that thing?
This is one of the horrid guardians of which the stories spoke?
What a joke. Let's be rid of this thing and continue on our way.
Wait just a moment. What's that sound?
Prepare yourselves for battle.
Ah! Take that!
Kill every last one of them. Cut them down.
Die here. Stop here.
Damn it. Lewin deserved better than this, and I'm responsible. Someone will pay dearly, I assure you.
There's nothing to be done here. We must press on.
I've unleashed the Gnarl Swarm on the adventurers in Xedilian. Unable to survive their onslaught, Lewin the Rogue has been slain. I should make my way to the next observation room and choose how the adventurers will encounter their next obstacle.
Unleashed the swarm, did we? Nothing like a little bloodlust to start the encounter off right. What can I assist you with?
Tell me about this second chamber.
The second chamber of Xedilian is the Chamber of Avarice. The adventurers will have to overcome their feelings of greed as they set their eyes upon the huge piles of treasure locked behind that gate. You may choose to spring a fire trap and cause them great harm as they stand before the gate. Or you can fill the chamber with hundreds of keys and watch them frantically search for the correct one. Always a crowd pleaser.
Those were tough choices until you mentioned that last part. I like the idea of many keys driving them mad. Think I'll go with that.
You're doing quite well so far. Keep it up.
Look, I told you. Treasure. Let's have at it, Cyrodiil. Blast! The cage is locked.
Gromok, be careful. This looks too good to be true.
If only Lewin were here, he could get us through this in no time.
We'll have to fend for ourselves. Do you think you can pry the door open?
Forget it. This is obviously a trick. Let's get out of here.
To be so close, and yet so far. If only we had the key. Wait. Do you hear something? Look. Keys. One of them must open the gate. We're rich.
Let's get out of here, Cyrodiil. This is obviously a trick to waste our time.
I'll know it when I see it. Yes, it must be here.
They're all fake. Just come with me now.
Find it. Yes, I must find the key. Rich beyond all my dreams.
Suit yourself.
I've caused Sindelius the mage to go insane by pouring hundreds of keys on the ground, which convinced him that one of them opened the gate to the huge treasure pile. All that remains now is the leader of the group, Gromok. I should make my way to the last observation room and choose how the stubborn orc will encounter his final obstacle.
Bridges. Too bad none of those keys fit the lock.
All mine.
I see Lord Sheogorath chose wisely when he selected you to liberate Xedilian. Now, how may I continue to assist you?
So, what can you tell me about this last chamber, Kiliban?
The third chamber of Xedilian is the Chamber of Anathema. Its contents are designed to make sure it's the final encounter. The adventurers will be subject to horrors beyond their imagination. Visions of repugnance, death, and malevolence reside in this room. If you wish to bring ruin to your victims, you may choose to animate some of the corpses and watch as they satiate their hunger. Or we can create the illusion of the adventurer's dying and his spirit rising from his corpse. Good fun to be had for all. Then, just as suddenly as we kill him, we revive the adventurer. There are few minds that can stand this type of torture.
I like the sound of a crazy orc. I'll go with that option.
You're doing quite well so far. Keep it up.
Steady, Gromok, steady. You've been through worse before. What more could this place possibly throw at you? If I find out who's running the show, there'll be hell to pay.
Well, try this on for size.
Only me left. What? How in Oblivion can I be dead? This is impossible. Nothing killed me. I didn't even get a chance to fight. No chance to defend myself? No chance for battle? Why? Who? Impossible. This is impossible. Gromok has never lost a fight. Never.
By making Gromok think that he actually died and became a ghost, I've driven him insane. Now that all of the adventures have been dealt with, I should speak to Kiliban.
No, this is all wrong. This isn't how it's supposed to be.
You've made short work of the intruders. Sheogorath should be proud to have such an efficient apprentice. Now, if you'll step on the last teleporter pad, I will meet you in the reception chamber so we can recover your earnings. Not to worry. We'll have your spoils to you in no time at all. As is the tradition, you are to be awarded a focus crystal as a token of your fine work. I'll have it sent to the palace and placed in the main hall if you wish to take a look at it.
I will. Thank you. You mentioned something about earnings.
Oh, yes, of course. It seems a most unusual weapon was recovered from the orc warrior, Gromok. Never seen anything like it, but perhaps his journal can give you some useful information. Beyond that, take whatever else you need from the recovery chest. You've earned it. You're free to go at any time, of course, just up that hallway. Good luck to you.
Before exiting Xedilian, I was attacked by 3 unusual beings in equally strange armor. I should ask Kiliban if he knows anything about them.
That was quite a battle. I hope you are uninjured.
Nah, I'm fine. Thanks. What or who were those beings?
You've not heard the legends? How could that be? Those beings, as you call them, aren't beings at all. They are the soulless abominations known as the Knights of Order. Their attraction to the Resonator isn't surprising. It was built from one of the obelisks that dot the isles they seem to have an affinity for. You must proceed to Sheogorath at once and tell him the knights have returned. Quickly now, go!
Speak, citizen.
Always a pleasure.
Why, look who's here. You! How about that? Well now, what news do you have to report?
I was, attacked by knights in Xedilian.
So soon? Not a surprise, I suppose. We'll get to that later. No need to burden your little brain with it now. And Xedilian, since you're standing here, I assume you've succeeded. Or you're terribly confused, or really lacking in good judgment.
Yeah, calm down, Shirai. Xedilian is now back up and running.
Wonderful! Time for a celebration! Cheese for everyone! Wait, scratch that. Cheese for no one. That can be just as much of a celebration if you don't like cheese, true? You've run a maze like a good little rat, but no cheese for you yet. Oh, well, maybe a little. I've granted you a new spell, the ability to summon Haskill, my chamberlain, to aid you in your travels. He knows a lot. More than he knows. In fact, give it a try. Summon our friend to you now. I'll wait.
Even though he is standing right here,
our Lord has granted you the power to summon me. How wonderful for me. When summoned, I can offer advice on your current endeavor. I imagine it's up to you what to do with my wisdom. Do try to use your power sparingly. I have duties to which I must attend, rather more important than shepherding you around, I'm sure.
Isn't that a hoot? I love it myself. Best part of being a Daedric prince, really. Go ahead. Try it again. He loves it.
Ah, summoned again. My lord does so enjoy that, as is his prerogative. I'll assume you're done for now.
Good, good. You'll need all the help you can get if you're going to defeat Jiggalag and stop the Grey March. Oh, Don't expect to summon dear Haskill anywhere but in the realm. He dislikes leaving my presence. I get that sometimes.
Jigalag? Who is that?
The Daedric Prince of Order. Or biscuits. No, order. Yeah. And not in a good way. Bleak, colorless, dead, boring. And not a fan of my work, I can tell you. Hates it, hates me. A bit single-minded, if you take my meaning. You've seen his knights. Not the warm and cuddly sort. Not a bit of original thought in their lifeless husks. So, you're going to help me stop him.
Me. How am I supposed to defeat a Daedric prince?
Again with the niggling little details. Hold your tongue, or I will. We'll get to that, all in due time. For now, you've got other work to do.
Are you going to tell me about what this Grey March is now?
An event. A movement. An apocalypse of sorts. Happens every era, at the end of every era, which is to say, now. The Grey March comes and Jigalag walks. Or runs. Never skips, sidles, or struts. Mostly he just destroys everything around him.
So, what will you ask me to do now in the meantime?
Ask? Ask? I don't ask! I tell! This is my realm, remember? My creation, my place, my rules! Look at you! No concept of what you've stumbled into. No sense of place. You don't even really know where you are, do you? I suppose few really do, but that's beside the point. We're going to give you a taste of where you found yourself. You're going to learn.
You need to learn to calm down, Sheba. What exactly is it I'm supposed to learn?
2 halves, 2 rulers, 2 places. Meet and greet. Do what they will, so you know what they're about. The Duke of Mania and the Duchess of Dementia. Seek them out and let them show you what New Sheogorath is. You might be surprised. Once you understand what my realm is, you might understand why it's important to keep it intact. And maybe you'll make some friends along the way. That's always nice.
Perhaps I will. Who knows?
Ta, come visit again, or I'll pluck out your eyes.